developed the technology how to send those signals, they might have done 1 billion years ago. If they start reaching us now, and we are able to decipher them, then this is also bringing the lives together, sort of. And for this, America is funding some projects in which they are concentrating on reading the possible signal languages which could have been used to convey messages across the universe. So they're already working it. It's not myth, it's not fiction. Yes. It's a reality.
Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum, Hazur. Naeem Loan from...
Wa alaikum assalam.
My question is this. I've noticed recently... Maybe
Three.
Sorry? No.
Altogether, one question.
One question.
Good. Very good boy.
God Almighty has created mankind, and a beautiful creation it is. Why are all the weakest points in the human body found along the centre of our bodies? For example, the reproductive organs, the solar plexus, this part of our throat, and possibly. And also, I've noticed that everything that we have along the centre of our bodies is singular, and there isn't a left or a right side to that. Is there any significance to this in Allah's design?
In left and right?
No, left and right we have throughout our bodies, apart from the centre of our bodies. And it appears to me that the weakest
How
parts
would you suggest it should have been built?
No, this is my.
You see, in organization, there has to be a nucleus, and the nucleus can replace later. Nucleus can be replaced later by a building theme in the center, around which things can be built. So in the huge buildings, skyscrapers, the central frame is always understood to have the center of gravity in the center. And as long as the center of gravity is in the middle, then the building can be raised to great heights. So the same principle is employed by Allah in building not only human, but all animals. They are built on the same principle. They have the central structure around which things grow. Like you can see the trees, for instance. They have a trunk, and branches grow from the trunks on all sides. And a sense of balance is maintained in the middle. Now you understand this? Why?
Well, also there's a style of
You said one question.
Sorry, this is just an extension of that question. Also, there's a style of kung fu known as Wing Chun, and their philosophy of that style of kung fu is to protect just your center line of your body.
Wing Chun philosophy.
Wing Chun.
Wing Chun. And the whole system of that style is to protect the center line of your body.
Yes, that's right.
Is there any significance in that related to the creation of...
That principle is based on the principle of creation which was employed by Allah. So that has to be right. Right?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Shukriya, thank you.
Are you studying Wing Chun or however you pronounce it?
Yes.
Yes, good.
Assalamu alaikum, Hazur. Iftikharuddin from Huddersfield. I'm doing tabligh to a Christian and who asked me that do we believe that Jesus turned water into wine if Allah was to forbid it later?
Jesus what?
Turned water into wine.
Water into wine.
Sorry. Yes, turned water into wine.
He might have turned wine into water, being a prophet of Allah. But that's all just the myth they're creating around Jesus Christ, with no evidence whatsoever.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hadhrat Mirza Tahir Ahmed from London. I read recently that the government of Punjab has unanimously voted to change the name of Rabwa.
Right?
And I'm wondering if you're aware of it, and if you are, what's our stand on this?
I spoke on this subject in my last Friday.
I didn't.
You better have access to that.
Jazakallah.
You see, if those who build a place, they do not have the right to give it a name, then this principle will be applicable to all such matters. For instance, Pakistan. The name given by Quaid-e-Azam was Pakistan. And he had the right to name it. But if they can change, then this Sadr, Budar Sadr, this president with a long beard, he has every right to change the name of Pakistan, because his spiritual master called this country Plidistan. While Quaid-e-Azam had given it the name of Pakistan, this president, the present president of Pakistan, who practically worships Ataullah Shah Bukhari and refers to him with pride as his spiritual master, he should remember, and I'm sure he does, that Ataullah Shah Bukhari gave a different name to Pakistan created by Quaid-e-Azam. So if this principle is right, then that name could have been adopted, while the Sadr has all the powers in his hand. So why doesn't he declare the country to be named as Plidistan? Plidistan, you know the meaning of Plidistan? Whatever is happening these days in Pakistan is Plidistan. You know, all the worst types of evil, whether they are spiritual or political or whatever name you may give them, evil and scoundrelism is what's happening in Pakistan. People rape innocent girls, they abduct child for money, they raid each everybody's home, nothing is secure, nothing is safe. And the Pakistan has now become the world's most unsafe country. Nothing is secure. So if practically it is not Plidistan, what else it is? But we don't want to call our country Plidistan. The president of the country has a right. If he can give another name to our city, Rabwa, so he should utilize this opportunity and rename Pakistan as Plidistan. That will be closer to reality. Right? Understand this point? But this is not what I say. What I say is that this is what they have done to my country. Unfortunately, I belong to this country, and with shame I must declare that I also belong there, which country has been turned from Pakistan to Plidistan by these people. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, Hazur.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Hazur, my question is on the book, Hazur's book, Revelations, Rationality. I've just completed reading it, but I think you should explain that I have read it with a view to recommending it to about 75 of my colleagues in the political and diplomatic spheres. So I had to give them a personal recommendation and bring out points so they could be persuaded to read it when I present the book to them. But reading the book, there was two general points where I was reviewing it from their point of view as diplomats, and there was 2 points which gave me some uncomfort, and I hope Hazur can sort of help me. One was that in general, when Hazur's